It's Power 105.1. My brother Young Jeezy is in the building today.
What up, though? What up, though? What's happening? What's
Jeezy.
happening? What's up, baby? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Just fresh off the plane from Dubai. Straight to NYC. I got a tan.
What were you doing in Dubai?
I was getting A-Rab money. Seriously.
You always have something happening.
Yeah, I like to stay moving, man. That's who I am. You know, I can't sit still.
But you look good.
Thank you.
You look, I don't know, rested and like rich.
Rich?
Yeah, you look rich.
Yeah, I was already rich.
I know, but I feel like as you get older and richer, you.
That's what I'm saying. So to your point, it's like, you know, things matter to me now, like integrity and
yes.
And self-awareness and shit like that. So I'm rich in that and I feel it.
Yeah, like
you
you have less jewelry on.
Yeah, it's
but
less
solid
is more.
watch,
Less is more, baby.
No, I totally get that.
I'm the catch.
You are.
I'm the draw, you know what I mean?
It's enough. You're enough.
Yeah.
So we released today the track list of the new album.
Yes,
104
indeed.
is here.
Right.
Is this it? You said this is it?
We'll talk about that later. You know I gotta give you an exclusive.
Okay, please.
There's a
We'll
lot
get
of
to
Def
that.
Jam people in the building. We're gonna...
Oh,
Right.
I get it.
Right.
This is it for Def Jam. This is it.
I didn't say that.
This is it for Def Jam.
I didn't say that.
Or the renegotiation process should
Hey,
begin.
listen, we'll talk later. Me and
Okay,
you
good.
off.
All right, so The Legend of the Snowman.
Yeah.
104.
Yeah.
Break it down. Break down the concept. Break down what's coming.
Man.
Break down.
So anybody that knows me and been rocking with me since the beginning knows that I started the class with Thug Motivation 101.
Of course.
And the subtitle was Let's Get It. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was purely about. Fresh out the block, fresh out the porch. You know what I'm saying? Probably still smelling like residue.
Mm-hmm.
Probably still had some street money in my pocket.
Yep.
And I went from that to getting on and becoming successful in what I was doing, which is music. And then I wanted to inspire people, and that's when the inspiration came.
What switched? When did that happen?
I mean, for one, because I realized I had a sense of responsibility, and it was like I saw how people looked up to me. You feel me? Like it was different in the beginning when you like a street legend and people just know you from having fly cars and getting money and, you know, having jewelry. But then now you're successful and it's just like you got a bank account, you got a house in your name. You know what I'm saying? Your mama good. You know what I mean? So it was like real life things that made people look at me different. And I just wanted to inspire because I felt like they was living through me because I had a lot of homeboys at that point that was in prison that was like calling home like, yo, you made it. And I didn't realize it because I was in it real time.
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to inspire people. And then from that, TM 103, which was Thug Motivation 103, was Hustler's Ambition. So I was like, how do I stay? Right. It's like, how do I stay ambitious in this game? Because it's not, now I got, not that I ain't have money before, but now I got legitimate funds. I'm doing well for myself. Now I got to be smart because people know me for being a street guy, but now I got real things going on in my life that could possibly change my life for good. So, but how do I stay ambitious in between all this? Because it's almost like you 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And that was that phase. And then I went from there to, which was one of my better albums, I think, was The Recession, which I didn't put a Thug Motivation title on it because I felt like at that point I was starting to get like politically aware. Like I was really, because I was a taxpayer, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you want 50% of what? Now I got to ask questions because I'm making money, but you want real money from me.
Right.
So now I got to find out how these things work. And it took me some time to figure out how, you know, the government work, the world work. Because when you get money, you really don't pay attention to those things until they affect you or your people. So now I had to do all my research, had to put all my cards up and really just, you know, like read and educate myself on what was going on because I was getting asked real live questions and I had real responsibilities. So I ain't want to not know. So that was that part. And then fast forward to now, the legend of that, which is TN 104, is all these things I was going through and these stories that people never really heard because, you know, they was in the back of my mind or things that kept me going and kept me pushing. And I wanted to take it back to the roots, like with the block that I jumped off the porch on. You know what I'm saying? The cats that inspired me when I was seeing them hustle and I was like, I got to get there. Because even when I go back home now, it's like I'm so far removed, but I'm still there.
Yeah, what is that like for you? I was thinking about that because you talking about jumping off the porch, and I've only known you since you were already Jeezy, rapper Jeezy, and I've listened to the album, so I know your story. But I just like, were you a different person? Do you think that's a different person that was jumping off that porch?
No, I'm still as hungry as ambitious. Yeah. But the thing about me that people don't understand, I always been open-minded. You feel me? Like I never been the type of person that look at something and be like, I'm not just gonna do that. Like I want to know. So I always educated myself on things that I felt like I wanted to find out about. So whether I had to research it online or sit down and read a book, I was down for that because I want to know. You know what I'm saying? I've always been curious. So I'm still the same person. It's just the world is a bigger place now. You feel what I'm saying? Like I got a bigger trap. I got bigger things to work with, other people to pull from. Because when I only knew about the recession sitting in a room full of business people and they talking about it's going to be a drought on the money. Like, I feel like, what the fuck is like a drought on the money? How does that even work?
You start asking questions.
Like, so you mean tell me everybody about to be broke? It's like, yeah, it's about the money about to slow up. So I went and educated myself on that, and that's why I called the album The Recession, because I wanted to take it to the hood and let them understand, because the only thing we know a drought from is the work. We don't know the drought from money, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be the first one to go back and tell them that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm the same person now as where I go out and learn shit, and then I'll bring it back through the music or either a conversation with somebody just to give them some game, because nobody ever gave me that. But at the same time, I want to educate people as I go too.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, I totally get that. So, okay, so Legend of the Snowman.
Yeah, that guy. That guy with the black bandana on, the guy you ain't want to run into in the club, step on his Air Force Ones. That guy. You feel me? Like, it's still him. That's still in my heart, though.
Is it?
Oh, man, all day. I ain't playing.
Yeah.
What? But, you know, I feel...
But you're evolved.
Yeah, because...
And you a grown man, too. Like, you grown man
not even
now
on no, you know, on no funny tip, but just like, I know who I am, you know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with music. That just happens to be a tool of mine that I was blessed with, and then I'm able to bless other people. But as a man, I'm solid. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. If you ask anybody about me from my childhood, like, that dude's always been solid. He's loyal. He has integrity. You know what I'm saying? He's well spoken. He's well spoken about. That's who I am. If you took away every platinum plaque, every album and all, I'll still be that guy. So I just don't never want to forget that, getting caught up in this, because this game is different.
It's different.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever have hard times in the game? Like, we hear about your hard times in your life, but in the business, because with fame, and then you have such a, I don't know, you have such a respected kind of demeanor. Right. Were there ever like times where you were like, having hard times in the business? Yeah,
because I don't kiss ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that. I ain't about to be, I ain't about to be bandwagon riding because somebody hot. I want to know who you are as a person. If I don't respect you, I can't respect your craft. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do business with you. That's business. In the streets, I wouldn't do business with somebody that was flaky. Right. You know what I'm saying? Why? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like going through like trials and tribulations of understanding like that everybody ain't real. And it's crazy that you say that, because like Fake Love featuring Queen Naja really breaks that down. Like, I had a lot of people around me, you know, so I'm taking care of 100, 150 people, 70, 80 people staying in my house off and on. You know what I'm saying? Because I brought everybody with me. You
like
get on.
You grew up with?
Yeah, because you get on, you want to keep it real until you realize you got to keep it real with yourself.
Yeah.
And then I started going through real shit, and then it was like I was stuck with the bag. I'm going through lawsuits. These niggas shooting niggas in the club, but they with me. I get sued. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going through street shit, and then I got to still deal with it because I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't like it wasn't like I regretted it, but as I started learning, you know what I'm saying, you got to keep it real with yourself first, and that's what Fake Love about, because I thought these people actually really had real love for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, ride or die until it get to that point. And then you stuck holding the bag, and you got to be the one to figure out what's your next move, because you can lose it all. Yeah. And I've been in situations where I almost lost it all. Like my last thing where I got locked up in L.A. with the gun charge and all that.
Yeah, what happened? I don't know.
Nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But
what do you mean? You were with somebody?
No. My people was with me. Something happened on the tour. I had the right people with me. But the police do what they do. They checked. They searched the bus. They found the guns. They let us go. We went on the tour. They stopped us on the next date, knew the guns was on there, knew one of my guys had got hit up with the thing that happened with Suge in L.A. So they knew he wasn't on the bus, and they was trying to put us with this whole situation that happened in Oakland that we had nothing to do with. And they just locked us all up. But
why did they think you had something to do with it?
Just police being the police, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was a reality check, because everybody on the bus was the right people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was doing the right thing. We didn't do anything. By the way, when the individual that got killed, I wasn't even there. I did my show and left the venue. You know what I'm saying? So they still tried to put it on me. I guess because I was Jeezy and I was on the tour, and I looked like the type that would do something like that.
Would be involved.
Right. Point of case is, everybody went to jail. I sat in there with everybody until I can get everybody out. But it was a reality check for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm doing the right thing, but I'm still getting caught up. I got to really take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? I got family. I got people that depend on me. I got employees, and it's just like, it just was a oh shit moment for me. Like, I got to do better. And that's what fake love was about, because there was a lot of people that was around, you know what I'm saying, that really was like, you know, they got love and they genuine. And then when the hits started coming, you know what I'm saying, I'm taking hits and I don't know how I'm gonna figure shit out. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real.
Yeah,
and you can't even call niggas on the phone, and niggas ain't call you locked up. You know, because I sat in there a couple weeks until they figured everything out, because I couldn't tell nobody how to get to my finances, because I didn't really trust nobody at the time. Nobody called my mama. Nobody checked on my kids.
So you could have got out on bail?
Yeah, but I stayed with my crew. Because it wasn't like my homies from the hood. It was like my bus driver, my cameraman, you know what I'm saying, my assistant. Right. So these ones, I can't leave these people in L.A. County Jail. They ain't about what I'm about. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's real. And all the essays would come knock on my on my pod, like the COs. Hey man, I just want to say, man, you're the realest, man. Oh, everybody else would have left. You stand here with your people. I was like, yo, man, I can't leave these people here. Yeah. You know, they got us in
the bus driver too?
Everybody.
Come on,
yeah.
Man. And they kept you in a cell together?
No, I mean, at the end, they moved us together, but they kept us close enough that I can keep an eye on them. Yeah. Because, like, a lot of people ain't used to jail, you know, and the things that happen in jail. And you know, L.A. County Jail ain't for play. No. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And me being who I am, you know, people already figure I'm affiliated here and there, so it was like, it was tricky. But that was my first selfless moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to make sure these people straight. Because my team was like, you know, management, they like, you got to get out of here. You know, you the brand. I'm like, yo, it's deeper than that. If I leave these people in here, you know what I'm saying? So I figured we're going to all leave together.
Why couldn't y'all all get bailed out?
I mean, that shit was millions of dollars. So
was that high? I didn't know what the bill was.
It was $1 million bill for every person that was locked up with me. Sheesh. 7 people in all. So you don't want to tell somebody just go get $7 million out of your account. Like, and at the time, I didn't have property in L.A., you know what I mean? So I couldn't use the property. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to tell people how. So I just had to figure it out.
It took a minute.
Yeah, just to figure out how I wanted to move and, you know, where I wanted them to take money from, whatever. So I got everybody out.
Was your people, was the bus driver and everybody telling you to take your ass home? Would they tell you to go home?
Hell
no, they were like, please stay. Don't leave us.
Yo, my cameraman, I heard him on the phone with his dad. He's like, I know, Dad. He's like, you're in there with a fucking murderer. I was just like, yo, man. Oh, my God. I was like, yo, man, I told you not to call your dad, man. I got you. You know what I'm saying? This is real. I got you, bro. But it's like he didn't understand why we was locked up. And you got to understand, it was crazy because I was on tour, and there's like 30,000 people out here in this field, maybe 40. And this is the last day of the whole tour. So the whole tour we did good, and people out there yelling, Jeezy. And at the time, they put me in handcuffs. So I didn't even get a chance to do the last show. And, you know, me and Wiz, I was on the tour with Wiz Khalifa. We were talking about doing a party that night. I was ready.
I bet.
No party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut down. But being in jail and you're Jeezy already.
Right.
That, and for something that you feel like you shouldn't have been there for.
Right.
That's got to be like a humbling, like when you can't move and you locked up and you have to ask permission to go to the bathroom. And
I mean, but the thing about it is I come from that, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't as hard. It was more embarrassing because I'm a man now. I got an executive job at Atlantic Records. I'm a senior VP of A&R. You know what I'm saying? I got all these other businesses that I had that were flourishing, that I was, you know, had equity in, that when I got locked up, that people didn't want to do business with me anymore. So I had to build my whole portfolio back up because everybody bailed on me. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody bailed. I was stuck.
Really? I was going to say, how did that affect the business? But I guess
everybody bailed.
Everybody.
Only person didn't bail was and shout out to my dude, Ken Austin at Avion Tequila. He was he a real one. He the only one that bailed. Everybody bailed on me. All the businesses I had, it bailed.
Where is that case now? It's been tossed, or
it got thrown out, and then I had to fight a civil suit that just ended 5 months ago, and this was 4 years ago.
So even when they toss it out, none of the business comes back.
No, and then I had to fight a civil suit for like years. So you talking like money on because if somebody sue you civilly, you still gotta pay and you gotta fight it. So I'm fighting for something that I wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? You can look at the surveillance tapes and I'm gone. But at the same time, you the culprit, so we're gonna make it about you. So I had to fight these civil suits, and while these things are going on, you know, people, when they pulling my stuff up to do business with me, they looking at me like I'm running around here just knocking people down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, but at the same time, like I said again, I had a lot of people around that just bailed.
Yeah.
And I had to figure that out.
That's a crazy ass story. Damn.
Oh man, we should talk offline. I got thousands.
I bet you do.
I got thousands. Natina was there one time. She got, no, I'm gonna stop.
Natina was probably there more than one time.
Yeah.
Let's go through some of these lineups. We got Meek Mill. Well, the Meek joint already dropped, right? That's the Meek
MLK
joint.
Boulevard.
There's something about you and Meek together. It's just it just makes sense.
It's rough and rugged.
It just makes so much sense, Jeezy.
It's raw.
Like I want to hear that. I don't even like whatever it is. If both of your names is in it, I'm in. Yes.
You know what a Meek and Jeezy party gonna be like.
Yes.
Right. All the
I'm here for all
anybody
that.
about any type of issue gonna be there. Yes, sir.
John Legend.
Love it. Oh man, the John Legend song, I can't listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
It's really about my mother.
Oh,
and
man.
it's about, you know, because my mother, you know, she has a situation now, but it's about how I lived my life chasing the paper, and I didn't take the time to be her son. So now I don't have that time because she's not in that state in her life, so I can't like she's not there mentally. So it's like
that's tough.
Yeah, it's like it's a real deal because she was my real MVP. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was so busy hustling since I jumped off the porch. I didn't take the time to be a kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even take the time to be a son. I just thought if I was a provider and I made sure everybody was straight, then I was doing my just due. But as I got older and see how people kick it with their, you know, spend time with their mother and take their mother on trips and, you know, and have these family dinners, and I'm looking like, damn, I miss all that being in the streets.
Wow.
And that shit is like, you know, it's surreal. Like I can't even listen to the record. It's crazy because every time I hear it, I'm just like, and John killed it, but I mean, I gotta say, like, Dear Mama was real. This has to be realer.
Wow.
To me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, for you especially.
Yeah, and I think anybody out there who's really going through the struggle and just trying to figure life out, I just hope it touches them in a way to let them know that, you know, you gotta be close to the people that are, you know, your foundation, the people that's gonna keep you grounded.
She must have been or be so proud of you though, like knowing.
I mean, she was, but I think it was surreal for them too, cause it was for. I mean, we from the hood, like you know what I'm saying. Like you know, it sounds good on paper, but you know, like I said, I was going through a lot of real shit like during it, so it still felt like the streets to her. So she didn't see like the big parts of it, like you know what I'm saying. Like she came to a couple shows, but I don't think she understood what was really going on. She was more so happy I was doing what I love, just like my grandmother as well, because these are the two women that raised me. I had strong women in my life. My grandmother never seen any of my success. She just told me I was going to jail. She's like, you going to jail?
No, she didn't.
Yeah, because you know I was in this shit. So but she was like, you going to jail? But it's like the same thing that she thought it was going to take me down actually saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Because even I just went back to the crib to visit people, and it's like I look at all my homeboys I came up with, and you know they had these big plans, but then I look at them and I look at myself, and it's just like, I got all these people surrounding me, you know, my team, my people that work for me, you know, Jewish people, like African people, this, that. And it's just like, you know, this is big business. But this is the same kid that was standing right here at the corner store, you know, peddling, you know, 5 rocks for $50. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they still doing that.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who do you rock with now that could see you eye to eye? You know what I'm saying? That,
oh man,
that knows you and knows who you were, but understands who you are now.
I like real people, man. I got some older people I really deal with that have done very well for themselves, and they just really down to earth. And it's always if I sit down with somebody and have a conversation, I have to walk away with something. You know what I'm saying? For you to be my equal, it's just like I can't just sit down and talk to somebody about nonsense. Because I've been through too much. Yeah. So I'd like to learn. So if I could sit down and talk to you about something and you just inspire me or you put me on to some game about something, and it might be just about something that's going on in the world I just don't even understand just yet. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's with anybody. That's with, you know. So for me, the people that I kind of keep close are the people that I made real friendships with, and it wasn't based on what I could do for them or what they can do for me. And when you get together, it's always like this mutual exchange of like energy, and it's not like fake based on if I can stand beside you and get in some pictures or if I can get in something free. Or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yeah.
Yo, you got Ross on the joint. That's the
Absolutely.
evolution.
Yeah.
We've come a long way, huh?
I mean, we was good for the jump, man. I was like, hey, look, man, y'all crazy, man.
No, I mean, at one point you were in a long time ago. You were.
You know what?
For a minute.
Every time I talk to Ross now, man, and we talk, you know, on the regular, and like I say, just getting older and understanding how life works, it's all about communication and understanding. You feel what I'm saying? And for me, it was just like, and like I said, at that point in my career, I had a lot of people around, so it was a lot of buffers. You feel what I'm saying? So before I got information, I heard things 10, 12 times. And when everybody thought there was a real situation with us, it was no different from us jumping on the phone, because it wasn't like that. I didn't know him like that at the time, you know what I'm saying? But I know him now. He supports my event, I support stuff he does, and it's like we businessmen, and we black. You know what I'm saying?
And there's some similarities.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't got, my beard ain't the same.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I remember Ross from back in the day, like when I used to go down to Dade and just hang out. And I just think what I learned about this game, more than anything, is about your relationships with solid people and just having an open line of communication. You feel what I'm saying?
How does that happen? Two grown men, right? People say whatever they say. Oh, they make a thing.
Right.
Is there a conversation that has to happen at some point?
Yeah.
So there's an eye to eye?
Yeah.
And who do you make that call?
I think it came from both of us. We just, we sat down before we did War Ready, and we're just like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And we chopped it up, and it was just like, oh, really? Like, that don't make sense, because it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get money, ain't nobody really tripping, but, sometimes you get so competitive in this game. It's almost like if you playing a championship and you Braun and you Steph Curry on the other side, it's like you're gonna talk after the game. When the game going on, we gonna ball.
Yeah.
And that's basically what on. We was balling, and after the game it was like, good game. And it was like, but and it was just like that. We chopped it up, and it was just it wasn't nothing.
And now he's on 104.
Yeah, he's on 104. I'm on Port of Miami 2. Shouts out to him. I see he got the #1 album.
That's kind of amazing, right?
Yeah, it's dope.
Congrats to Ross, man. And then you drop Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the anticipation for this?
I mean, I listen.
You going for that taking his spot? You taking him down?
I mean, listen,
take him down.
Back balling. We'll talk after the game. You know what I'm saying? I feel good, man. I feel like I put a lot of time into this project. I feel it's real to me. It's more so like, a story, a book, the greatest story never told. And I just know any of my fans, it's like or any of my family, that's what I call them, is just going through real life situations. I know they're going to feel me, because this ain't all club party music. I get that. People do that. I respect it. But this is real. This is something you're going to be able to listen to 10 years from now and still be able to pull something out, like that conversation I was telling you when you sit down and talk to somebody and get some game. That's why I listened to Jeezy records coming up, by the way, because there was a lot of people out that were popping at the time. But I wanted to listen to Jay-Z. I wanted to listen to Tupac. Because I got something from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something from that.
That's the best hip hop to me, when you get that from music.
It's like, why would you read a book and you got nothing out of it? Like, it's a waste of time.
Do you have any opinions about how people are going for your boy's neck?
Who?
Jay.
What'd he do?
Oh, you don't know he has. What'd he do?
What'd he do now?
Oh, Jeezy. He partnered with the NFL, and either people feel him and they think it's the best thing ever, and they think he's a hero for it, or people think he's a sellout and he's terrible and he did cap dirty.
Let's do this. I know Jay enough to know that he's got something in store that's going to at least make it fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see he doesn't need the money, of course, and I feel like it's better to have somebody in a position to even have one foot in than for us to all stand outside and just keep pointing fingers and complaining, because nothing's going to change. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So at least we got one of us in, and I can say that because he is a person that I knew of from his music, but then when he got into the building at Def Jam to be the president, you know what I'm saying, he was able to help with my career a lot, because I was able to call him personally and be like, yo, I don't really like how the building is moving. Like, could you figure this out for me? Be like, okay, come through Monday, we'll chop it up. So imagine if he wasn't there and I wasn't able to have that personal conversation with somebody who's been through similar things. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Now, of course, we got to wait and see, but I don't think he would just jump out there just to jump out there. Like, what if he gets capped back in the league? Then how does that work?
Yeah.
Right. You know
Cap
what I'm saying?
Or what some of the other players are dealing with
and
now.
At the same time, it's just like, from the outside looking in, somebody got to be in there to speak for us, because at the end of the day, if we getting kicked out of the league for kneeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, or having beliefs. I just left, Dubai. They got all type of beliefs and religion out there, and they strong about it to the point where everybody live that way. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's entitled to their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever get a position where the people that are handling the teams or the owners of the teams kick you out because you don't believe in what they believe, it got to be somebody in there to state some type of precedence. You know what I'm saying? That's no different from when Martin Luther King had to stand up for what he believed in and ride for us, or Malcolm X. Not to compare, somebody got to be in there to be, you know, something.
And what else do people need to know about before we lose you today? No?
Ah, man. I mean, look, this is a great body of work.
You're doing more acting. You're doing.
Yeah, I'm actually, you know, I got in the acting field, and I really realized that I like to be behind. I like to be a part of stuff from beginning to end. So I'm not really with the hurry up and wait game, and I'm like my own boss. And it's just like, even when I got in the music game, I didn't wait for a record label to come sign me. I created my own, you know, brand and my own movement, you know what I'm saying, and my own base. And I feel like with movies and acting, you know, once I got into it and saw, like, I don't want to be what somebody wants me to be, and I have to come in and, like, audition to be something. It's like me
right.
auditioning to be Jeezy. Like, what the fuck is that about? I'd rather create from the beginning to the end, from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more so
like P.
Yeah, so I'm more so in the production part of it, because that's my passion. Like, I love to create. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And business is my thing. Like, anybody know me know I'm a hustler. So that's the only thing that keeps my mind going. So if my venture I just became a part of is Figures Wireless, which is a mobile phone company.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we crushing across America right now. You know, we got business in Africa, Asia. You know, it's crazy.
Okay,
in technology,
Jeezy.
and it's just like, I just left my hometown. I actually gave them free Wi-Fi because we have satellites in orbit.
What do you mean you gave free Wi-Fi?
To the city, because
Your whole city?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, where my grandmother's from, yep.
Wow.
I was able to do that. But it's like, it's a lot of stuff that I got you know, even from, you know, Defiance Fuel, which is my my water company. You know what I'm saying? We just did a big deal. And just all the stuff I have going on that you probably wouldn't know that I'm involved in, but that's what keeps me going. So when you don't see me on the scene out in the club, you know, I'm still grinding, because I like to create and, you know, start to finish. So for me, it's just like, business is like my high. Yeah, and I got, so in the ATL, I got a big all-white concert going on Friday to celebrate the album. So you got to have all white to even come in there. I'm actually having a snowball for my foundation, Street Dreams.
So dope.
To raise money for the foundation. And you can pre-order the album right now at JeezyShop.com.
And get some merch on
the
the
site,
site,
some
too?
merch there too, yeah.
One of them classic snowman t-shirts?
Yeah, shouts out to Ashana. We did that.
Ashana.
Yeah, shouts out to Ashana. We did that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, so go to the website, get the album Friday, Legend of the Snowman.
Bop, bop, bop.
Jeezy. Spot 105.1.